I'm hot as fuck.
And we're live. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nicky Smokes. I'm your host. I'm always going to be your host. And you are listening to the Sunday Night Prayer. For those of you that don't know, what is the Sunday Night Prayer? Well, this is the Sunday Night Prayer. So you bet. It starts on Thursday when you're betting Mac action and you get crushed. And then you bet the primetime game, you get crushed. Then you go into Saturday college football, you get crushed. Then you go into the NFL, you win a couple games, you're still down like $500-$600, and you're down to the Sunday night game and you throw up an absolute prayer, you slam it out the wazoo, and you need it to hit or you're going to pay the freaking bookie, and that is the Sunday Night Prayer. So that's how we got the name. I came up with it. I think it's a fantastic name. And for sports and NFL gambling, wow. For an NFL gambling
Nice.
podcast, I don't think I could have came up with a better name. I think that was artistic. I think that has like special meaning. There's like a hidden message behind it. That's the name we're going with. I hope you guys enjoy the Sunday Night Prayer because that's what we're going with. But you guys already know Bobby. This is Ryan Field. He's an Eagles fan. He's an absolute crumb. He thinks he's sharp. He's as sharp as a marble, but he's a good guy, so we have him on.
I'm not as sharp as a marble. I'm as sharp as like the biggest knife in the fucking kitchen right now. I'm seeing the board with 20/20 vision. No, actually, I'm getting my ass whooped in baseball, but that's why we're back. We got football. We got like 60-something days.
Yes, sir.
College even less, and we got to get fucking started somewhere.
Amen. I can't wait. Today we're actually talking about your division, the NFC East. Dante's still not here. He's probably still fighting demons. I can't wait for you guys to see his face. But let's just get right into it. I guess we might as well. NFC East. So let's give it a little preview. We might as well have you break it down, Ryan. You're the Eagles fan. You know more about the NFC East than me and Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, it looks like a two-team race kind of. Cowboys are a little weaker than last year, in my opinion. And the Eagles and Dolphins, I'd say, probably had the two best off seasons and drafts. But I don't know, man. Like, what the fuck are the football or the Commanders going to be? Like, which Wentz are you getting? The Giants still have Daniel Jones. Last time I checked, Dante.
What's up,
Kid.
By the way, for people tuning in, Dante is not suffering from acne. Tell him what you're suffering from.
Broken handlebar, perfect storm of just madness going wrong on 4th of July. Fell flat on my face. Got some new teeth in, though. We're getting back to normal.
Wait. Your original teeth fell out?
My front two teeth, they broke. And they had to make new ones.
They broke.
They're like not real. Like these are not real teeth. They're like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're crazy now. The technology's
Holy
lit.
shit.
But yeah.
Wait, you didn't find the teeth?
Well, we did, but then like I don't know where they went. Like,
yeah.
At that point,
He
you
was
rather
still
just
blacked
have
out.
fake teeth. I'd rather have fake teeth.
yeah, I mean, it was like it didn't really make a difference. I don't think. Yeah, that's
Oh
There it is.
my
That was real
god,
bad.
dude,
Real
you
bad.
look so much better.
That's my
Yeah, I know,
screensaver.
right? I was kind of
No,
surprised.
it's not.
I mean, they
It's
gave me
about
like
to
all
be.
this like stuff to put on all the scars and stuff like that, so it's healing like really quickly. Like this one yesterday looked so bad, like you can't even see it anymore.
Wow.
There's like nothing there anymore. But yesterday, like that was the worst one. But yeah, we're getting back to normal. But I mean, it's just great to be back with y'all. We haven't done this in
Hell
being
yeah.
field to the Final
Forever.
Four thing like 4 months ago, and since then we've been quiet. But I'm glad to be back.
My life has been
Waddle goes,
incomplete.
what the fuck did I just see? Bro, that was Dante's face on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
He was
4 days
it was
ago.
bad, bro. It
Yeah.
was bad. Well, we're glad to have you. I already told everyone the name. Everyone's on board. The Sunday Night Prayer.
I love it.
Was
Yeah,
that not iconic?
hit the spot? No doubt.
It was great, Smoke, and I like the suck session you gave yourself at the beginning there. It was good. I'm glad you came up with it. All around, I'm happy. I'm happy to
You
be
know,
here.
I'm
Like
not
Dante said.
flexible enough to like get down there and do it myself, so I have to do it with my words. You
Oh,
know?
you're
I
missing
feel, I
out,
feel
dude.
that.
You're missing
All right,
out.
and NFC East. I agree with Ryan. I think it's a two-team race between the Cowboys and the Eagles. And I don't know about Dante and Bobby, but my goal is to just absolutely mush the Eagles into the ground. And I feel bad because I truly believe that the Eagles are the best team in this division. I mean, you look at Dallas last year. What were they so good at? They led the NFL in all-purpose yards. And what they do, they got worse offensively. They got rid of Amari Cooper. They got rid of Cedric Wilson. They lost Lyle Collins on the offensive line. they've receded. I don't think they've upgraded offensively. And then defensively, who they lose? Gregory. What's his last name? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Well, Randy
Randy
Gregory.
Randy Gregory. That's it. Randy Gregory. You lose him. That's a huge loss on your defense. I think Dallas went backwards, whereas the Eagles, I mean, they were the best, the number one rushing football team in the NFL when their offensive line is healthy. I think they have the best offensive line in the NFL. You go out there, you get A.J. Brown, who's a top 12 wide receiver. By the way, the top 10 wide receiver list is one of the hardest lists you could make. I mean, it is so tough. But he's a great wide receiver, no less. So you add him, you have Devontae Smith. And then you go out there in the draft and you absolutely beef up front. You get Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and your secondary is pretty good too. So I think the Eagles made all the right moves. The only thing that the Eagles don't have that the Cowboys do is a quarterback. And as a Dolphin fan, I think the Eagles and the Dolphins are in the same exact spot. They got all the talent in the world, brand new receiver, good defense. I mean, you have a huge advantage on the offensive line. But your biggest question mark is Jalen Hurts, and our biggest question mark is Tua. So do you think that the difference between Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott, is that difference big enough for the Cowboys to hold on to the division this year?
I mean, if you look at the odds, the Cowboys are like plus 120 to win the division. The Eagles, I think, are 2-1 right now. So according to Vegas, like the quarterback is just so much more important than any other position because if you look at any other part of each team, I think the Eagles are stronger everywhere. I mean, the Cowboys are a CeeDee Lamb injury away from trotting out like Michael Gallup, who's on one leg.
Say he was already hurt.
Yeah, right. They got this kid.
Gallup's already hurt?
Towards ACL last year.
ACL.
Wow.
They got a kid in the draft there who's nice. That kid Tolbert from South Alabama, he's nice, but he's still a rookie. I don't know. Their offense just, unless like Zeke has a resurgence or they just fucking finally feed Tony Pollard as like an RB1, I don't see how the Cowboys.
We all know that's not happening. We all know.
No, it's not. I mean,
he should. I want Pollard in fantasy so bad.
He should be, but he just won't. It just won't happen.
Yeah, when you give a running back $15 million a year, you have to use him. So at least run him into the ground before he's gone. But I don't know. I mean, it all depends on Hurts. Just timing. It's all timing. I don't give a fuck if he throws the ball 60 yards tops. Like, just get it there 60. In stride.
Like 45 tops.
No. He can hit 60.
No,
he's just late, bro. His arm isn't even that weak. He's just late on everything. So it looks like he's got a weak arm. No, he's got a weak arm. He doesn't have a weak arm.
I don't know about that one. But for me, the one thing that really sucked about the Eagles last year was their run defense. Like, they were abysmal at stopping the run, and they completely knocked it out of the park in the offseason, fixing that by getting guys like Kaiser White, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean. Obviously, Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis might take a little bit longer to develop just because the rookies change of pace going from college to the NFL. But that Kaiser White move, super underrated. I always loved him for the Chargers. Genuinely, all of my buddies gave me shit for loving him, but I genuinely thought he was one of the most consistent players. And whenever you needed somebody to step up, he was always kind of that guy. I think he'll really fit in well in Philly, and I think their run defense is going to improve a ton, which is all they really needed last year. Because when they started running the ball a ton on offense, and they kind of found their niche and what they were good at, they completely played to their strengths, and that's when they really improved. So by improving that run defense, they're a much more all-around team, in my opinion, and that's what's going to bolster them a ton this season and kind of give them what they were missing last year.
And we haven't even said two names, two guys that they got in free agency, Hassan Reddick and James Bradbury. These guys are both Pro Bowl players.
Bradbury's a dog.
We haven't even said their names yet.
That's huge.
Right.
Insane.
And I like how you guys let Jason Kelce pick the next center that's coming in the second round. Like, he's going to groom him. He's on the 1-year deal. I mean, I truly think the Eagles killed this offseason. If I had to make a list, I'm sure the Eagles will be right there at the top. And if you look at the NFC East, I mean, no one wins it 2 years in a row. I think it's 17 consecutive years that no one's won that division back to back. Yeah. So, how are you going to take the Cowboys, a team getting worse, versus the Eagles, a team getting better? And they're already getting steamed, Field. I know it was at 200 when it opened. I just opened DraftKings. Eagles are down to 160 to win the division. So that money's coming in on them. That money's definitely coming in.
Everyone sleep on the Commanders, though. They got the best weapons in the division. They got the best wide receiver trio in the division.
Even though
Scary Terry, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel.
Jahan Dotson's going to bust, though. He's not physical enough for the NFL.
Bro, he's a dog.
Bro, he'll be out of the league in 5 years. I will book that happening. He is not even a top 10 wide receiver from this draft class. It's honestly unreal.
Oh
That's
no,
so
you're
cap.
tripping. You're tripping.
He is
So cap.
he is so
Nah.
not physical enough to compete in the NFL.
I think it was a reach because they wanted what's his name? They went to the Saints.
Olave.
Yeah, Olave. They wanted him, and then I feel like they kind of panicked because that was a little bit of a reach. But the thing with Wentz and like think of the receivers he's been successful with: Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, Michael Pittman. Like he's not a great quarterback to smaller, speedy guys that need the ball in a specific spot. So I don't know. And Antonio Gibson's one of their best weapons out of the backfield. Wentz fucking
McKissick catches a
sucks.
lot of balls
He's
too.
lit, though. He's
Yeah,
really,
but Wentz
I like
fucking sucks at throwing the ball out to backs. He's never been good with Darren Sproles. He was ass. Fucking Jay Ajayi ass. Even Sanders ass. So I don't know if it's a perfect fit, but they do have talent offensively for sure.
Right.
That's a
100%.
really good take that you pulled out about the bigger body receivers.
Yeah,
I mean, Jahan Dotson is the exact opposite. Like
their whole
he is
receiving core.
the exact opposite. Terry can come up with contested catches though. If you give him a 50
Terry's a dog.
he can
Terry's
do
him.
catches, which
For
is
sure.
kind of what I think brings him away from somebody like that size. Like he can catch those 50-50 balls, unlike Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
Or who else did they add? They got somebody else, right?
Well, they've got Curtis Samuel coming back.
Yeah.
And
He's a nice player though. He's a nice gadget player.
yeah, and he's been with Rivera for like 4 years. And they
Yeah.
got that kid Sims, who's big as fuck, but buns. And the tight end's good too. Logan Thomas.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Logan Thomas is nice. They got a good backfield too. I don't think they have the quarterback, or I mean, in no disrespect to Ron Rivera, I just don't think he's the guy over there either. Like I don't think he's the coach that gets you over the top with that roster.
He's good, but I feel what you're saying. But another thing about them, I think all of us would agree last year their defense underperformed. So
Chase
Right. Well,
Young.
they had a lot of guys
Their
hurt.
secondary underperformed, I believe. I think they were
yeah,
really
just
good.
the whole defense through like 8 weeks, they were just getting shredded every week. So if their defense is a little better, I mean their win total is like 8, and I wouldn't
Right.
touch it either way.
No.
Right.
And how many games did Chase Young miss last year? He was out for
Like
a ton of
9.
them, right?
I think he only played 9 games.
So
I
half
wouldn't
the
be
year.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back, had like 13, 14 sacks, and was in comeback player of the year category. That's a
Right.
good
Yeah.
little future bet to take a look at. I
Good
didn't even check the number on that, but I could just see that so easily happening because he's an absolute dog. We know Chase Young's a beast. So he comes back and all of a sudden he has a dozen sacks. He could easily be up there for comeback player of the year.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
a
I
game
mean,
changer.
Looking at it last year, their pass rush and run defense were both like top 10 in the league, and then it was their secondary that was just absolutely just getting shredded week in and week out. And it's like when you're playing in a division against like Dak Prescott, that's not going to help you out. Against the Eagles, I mean, maybe they match up well against them because Washington's offensive line is pretty good too.
Yeah.
But you can't rely on a team like through the longevity of the season to rely on solely their run defense, because when you get later in those seasons, the fatigue just gets to you and they'll be
Mhm.
getting shredded nonstop in the secondary.
And when that weather changes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't want to tackle anybody.
Mhm.
Well, Field, you brought up win totals. Let's get into some win totals. So I went through every team in the division. I went through their schedule, and the Giants are at 7. They're ass. I'm taking the under 7.
Uh-huh.
I'm not touching that.
They're going to the playoffs.
Cowboys are at 10.
Under.
I think they go under 10. They might hit 10 on the dot. Vegas is dialed in on these lines, by the way. Washington, I had them at exactly 8 wins. I went through their schedule,
Same.
exactly 8 wins on the dot. And then you got the Birds at 9.5. I personally wouldn't bet any of these totals because I'd rather just bet the Birds to win the division. And if they win 9 games, I could see that being enough. I mean, this division is so flip-flop, coin flip. I mean, if the Dallas number is 10, at best, they're winning 11 or they're winning 10 or 9 on the dot. Like, I don't see Dallas winning 12, 13 games. And I don't see the Eagles winning 12 to 13 games. I think if the Eagles have a great season, they'll win 11 and they win the division comfortably. Or if they're back and forth, relying on the run game, smash mouth football, and Hurts has a couple good games and then a bunch of average games like he usually does, I see 10 wins getting the job done. So I personally, I wouldn't take any totals. I would lean Philly, but I'll save my actual bet for later. So I really wouldn't touch any of the totals, but I would lean Philly over 9.5. And before I pass it to you guys, Waddle hit the nail on the freaking head. NFC is so easy. If the Dolphins were in this division, we would fucking run away with
Bro,
it.
what is that? Your burner? I keep seeing you bend
Yeah,
over
who is
and texting shit.
No, Waddle is our fucking dog.
He's the OG,
in
bro.
the smoke show stream. He's in everything. He's a fucking OG. He's our biggest fan right now. You respect that, man.
Waddle, salute.
We love
He's
it,
not
bro.
wrong.
We
But I
love
mean,
it.
this is the worst division in football, but at least it's like
Conference
entertaining.
in football. The
It's
conference
funny,
is
yeah.
abysmal.
Well, yeah, I mean, the NFC is fucking dog shit compared to the AFC now. But
All right.
I mean, I'll keep going with win totals. I'm with Smoke. A lot of these are pretty sharp and not bettable. I do think I'm going to bet the Eagles over 9.5 though. I went through their schedule. I see them at 10 wins with the potential to win like 11, 12 games. I think the Eagles are taking the next step. It's going to be a lot of Hurts dependent, but at the same time, like he doesn't have to be Superman. Just keep handing the ball off. If the offensive line's the same as it was last year, which it should be. Now you got A.J. Brown. You have some key pieces on the defense. So I think I'm rocking with the Eagles win total. I also think it's hilarious that we just talked about every team in the division and just left out the Giants. We sized them so hard, didn't even comment on them. So I don't know if you guys have any comments. I was looking at them. I was looking at them, and I was like, how do they win 7 games? I mean, I feel like that's just an under, right?
with okay,
They're
I
probably
believe
going to win like 10 games now, though, because we all think they suck, and they totally do suck. But that's what's pissing me off about it. It's like 7 is way too high. Like that's too good to be true. There's got to be
That's what I
Daniel
was
something.
Jones breakout year.
There's got to be something.
nah, Daniel. There's things in life where like you have to give it time. You don't have to give Daniel Jones any more time. He is awful. He's not changing. They do get a little better by firing Judge, even if they didn't hire anybody, and then getting the best, the hottest name on the market was, good for them in Dayball. I like their draft because they're building through the trenches. You get arguably the best defensive lineman in the draft and arguably the best offensive lineman in the draft. But I don't know. With Daniel Jones as your quarterback, yeah, Hurts be running that shit. Y'all tripping. Watch, Jalen Hurts.
Y'all tripping.
They
MVP.
drafted Neal.
That is
Evan
the
Neal
bet.
from
It was
Bama.
Neal, right? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they got Thibodeau and Neal, which
Thibodeau, yes.
I mean, you can
All right,
say
I would
Hutchinson's
disagree.
better,
I would disagree saying I don't think either of them are the best at their position within the draft.
but they're both top 2 or 3.
Yeah, I could see that.
Dante's a Thibodeau hater, though. Look at that flag behind him.
Exactly, he hates it.
Well, no, because Aiden Hutchinson's just that dude, and Thibodeau is always faking injuries and stuff like that to take the easy way out. He's got no work ethic.
I'll give you that.
But
no.
I mean, I'm a big Ike Ekwonu guy. I mean, nobody's touching that guy. He's a specimen. That's a different breed right there.
Ryan, you got any win totals?
I took the Giants under 7.5. I would take it's like a little juicy though, but I would even take 7 if you got it. My book sucks. And Eagles over, that's automatic. I bet that before I was born. I mean, are we going through all the bets right now? Because I got a couple for the whole.
We're doing win totals, and then we're gonna go into who's winning the division, props, and fun shit like that.
All right, so I go Giants under, Eagles over.
I like that.
I would probably take the Eagles. The thing that Smoke was saying with the whole take Philly to win the division because he doesn't think he could see Philly winning the division with 9 wins. I don't see that happening. With the talent and the pure talent that Dallas has on defense, I think it's gonna be very tough for them to not finish the season above 500. But I could totally see Philly winning 10, 11 games and winning the division. And I mean, Dallas could win 10 and still lose the division. That wouldn't shock me. So I'd probably stick with Philly's over and probably nothing else because, like I said, I don't like that Giants line at all. I think it's way too fishy and way too good to be true because honestly, it wouldn't shock me if they only won like 3 or 4 games this season.
Well, they've got the easiest strength of schedule in the league.
That's a good – yeah.
Well, you guys all play the same opponents.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys
Sure.
are a first place schedule, and they're like 10th easiest in the league. So
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are second, and the Redskins are like 5th or 6th, or the Commanders, whatever.
Commanders, yeah, come on.
All right, so we're all taking the Eagles win total over, and
Yeah,
we're all taking the Giants win total under.
You want me to put that in the bong, bro? I could smoke it if you need
Yeah,
me
put
to.
that one in the bong. That one's dead. That one's dead.
I think that means Jalen Hurts is going to fall off his bike the day before the first game out for the season, and then everything just goes to crap for them.
Oh my God, Bobby's wilding.
All right.
Fucking smoke.
Let's get into who's going to win the division. I think we all know where we're going with this one. I'm taking the Birds at plus 200 to win the division. You threw out the crazy stat that no one's won this division back-to-back years in 17 years. Why would I fade that? I'm going to take the second best team, in my opinion, in this division. I'm going to go with the Birds. If they don't do it, Jalen Hurts has to be an absolute turd. That is the only way I don't see the Birds winning this division this year. That or Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb are going to go absolutely batshit crazy. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have a big year if he stays healthy, but I don't think that connection is going to be enough to stop this Eagles offensive line, their weapons, their run game, their upgraded defensive line, their upgraded secondary. I think the Eagles are a very, very, very complete football team, and their head coach is Italian, so why would I ever fade that guy? He is always aware of what the point spread is. He is always aware of what the point spread is.
Thursday Night Football last season against the Buccaneers, Eagles +7 was an all-time win because that was dead in
They're
the
getting
water
whooped the whole game.
And then all of a sudden, it's garbage time Jalen Hurts. Saved me in so many fantasy matchups, too.
They almost came back to cover the playoff game, too. They were down like 31.
No, they didn't do that. I remember I was so disappointed.
That wasn't even close, bro. You were at the game and left at halftime, and you never.
They covered the teaser, though, so they were within 6 points. I think they lost by like 14.
No one cares about your goddamn teaser field.
So here's my thing: is I want to bet the Eagles to win the division. But the last time I wanted to bet the Eagles, it was that playoff game. I wanted to take them with the points. Me and Smoke, we were all on here with Field, and we tried to get him to sing the Eagles song, and he wouldn't do it. And that's when I knew that they were toast.
That was
Field,
him. That was Ryan.
Yeah, that's what did I say Dante? I'm sorry if I did. So Ryan, I need you to sing the song. I need you to sing the song so that I could bet the Eagles to win the division.
Do it.
Nah, dude, I can't fucking start screaming in here.
See, how am I going to bet the Eagles to win the division when their biggest fan won't even sing the fucking song?
It's a 3-minute song.
No, we just want EAGLES Eagles. That's all we want.
Give me a fucking Eagles chant.
He's got it right.
EAGLES Eagles.
Go Birds.
Beautiful.
All right, I'm in there now. I'm taking the Eagles to win the division. That's all I needed to happen. I needed Field to do it, and now that he's done it, we're good to go.
Here we go.
That's all we needed.
Eagles win the division. That's kind of obvious. And the Giants finish dead last.
Dante?
I'm in full agreement with the rest of y'all. Everything we were saying, Cowboys defense got worse. I mean, Randy Gregory gone. Eagles run defense got way better. Kaiser White, Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, and then obviously their receiving corps got a lot better as well. I think they're going to play with strengths a lot more this season. Sirianni's got a little bit of experience now. Their offense is going to improve a ton without Amari and without the other dude, Cedric Wilson. I think Cowboys offense is bound to regress. Just a little just swapping places, I feel like. Just a little bit of that. Like, neither team is necessarily bad. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be like god awful. I could see either team winning the division, but at the number, with everything I'm just saying, I believe that that Philly will edge him out by a little bit.
Yo,
Waddle, you know it.
Ooh.
Cowboys take first. All 4 people are riding the Birds. We mushed the Birds. They're dead.
Yeah, it's kind of
dead. Like, I don't care how good they are on paper. They can't survive this mush power. They can't. I'm sorry.
Nah, but we're not mushing NFL though.
We're not mush. But like anytime all 4 of us are on the same thing, it's not cash. Like if you have one play, I have one play, Bobby has one play, and Dante has one play that none of us have, that's a cash bet. But if we wake up on Sunday and we all say the same team, that thing is dead.
It was like Thanksgiving Day 2 years ago, and it was like the first time I realized it when Lynx, who like hasn't been like seen in 4 years, me, Smoke, and Lynx were like all on. I think it was like the Lions, and they got like absolutely slaughtered by the Texans. Like the shit like was not even
on Thanksgiving. Close. It was Thanksgiving. Deshaun Watson had like 7 touchdowns at halftime.
It was so good.
Now we're gonna do this right this year.
Yeah, these guys are the worst.
Yeah,
I'm keeping track.
I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna have the Excel. I'm gonna have the Excel sheet up. I'm keeping track this year because I want to see.
Please do.
What if when all 4 of us get on it, it's just a butter lock? Like who knows? I'm gonna have the data for the people, so I'll be.
We need individual records and what the record is when all 4 people take the same bet.
Well, then we need a fucking contest or something. Like the person with the worst record has to do some shit.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up with our last topic: prop bets, fun bets for this division. For those that are tuning in late, so each episode that we do, it's going to be a different division. Today's the NFC East, and then we'll do AFC East, whatever. We'll just go through it all. All right, so prop bets for this division. Taking Jahan Dotson, offensive rookie of the year, plus 2,100.
Throw it in the trash, bro.
Absolute butter sauce. Carson Wentz, he's going to have no life. Scary Terry's going to get doubled. Here comes Jahan. One hand snag. Comb your hair, take care. Down the sideline. James Bradbury, you can't guard me. Trayvon Diggs, you're overrated as fuck. I'm going to just shit on everyone in the division. I couldn't name a quarterback on the New York Giants right now. Do not sleep on my dog. Don't sleep on my dog.
Well, offensive rookie of the year is Sky Moore, first of all. That's all I have to add.
Where did he go, Chiefs?
Yeah, he's on the Chiefs.
He's on the Chiefs. I can't wait to pick him in the third round of fantasy.
I mean,
he'll have a better year than Tyreek Hill.
He's a fantastic player. But yeah, I don't have anything. I just want to say Sky Moore is one of the rookie of the year because he is.
Wait, before I give it to them, why are you so high on Sky Moore? What'd you see from him in college that has you slobbering his knob?
I mean, he's literally everything Tyreek Hill was, just not old enough to be Tyreek Hill, not as much experience. And you're playing in that high-powered offense. I mean, Juju's just a straight-up possession receiver. Like he's not gonna burn you with a bunch of different routes. I mean, he's very niche at what he does. Mm-hmm. Sky Moore can run any route. He can be a ball carrier. He's extremely fast, playing with Patrick Mahomes, and he was also like the highest-graded wide receiver out of college last season. Like I would have taken him. If I was a GM, I would have taken him in the top 20. Like, I don't think that's a bad take at all. I think I probably would have done that. Honestly, I think he's arguably wide receiver 1 out of all these wide receivers. Like, I think
out of Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, out of all the boys,
yeah,
he's number 1.
I mean, I think Olave's probably number 1, but Sky Moore's pretty close to him. That's what I'd probably say.
I like Olave over Wilson all day.
Well, the Titans got the best receiver in this draft.
Wilson, I mean, none of them are bad by any means. I think Dotson's a bust, and I think Drake London's gonna struggle a tad bit because I don't think they're gonna use him the right way. He should be being used in the slot because he's got great lateral quickness for somebody his size, but they won't use him that way because they just see how big he is and they're like, oh, let's throw it to him on the outside the same way Michael Pittman was used. They're both from USC, blah blah blah. No, the Atlanta Falcons, you're being idiots again. You're not using him the right way. He's gonna be a bust because you don't know how to use the player.
They haven't even used him yet.
Well, they're going to use him wrong. I just know it's an Atlanta Falcons moment. That is the most Atlanta Falcons thing to do, to just like completely put a guy who should be being used in the slot out wide and just try to throw to him when he shouldn't be thrown at.
Ryan, you got anything? You got any fun props for this division?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, MVP. Guy's going to wake just.
You couldn't even be serious for a minute.
100%.
Like you can't be dead ass for 1 second.
Oh, those are great odds. He's going to have at least 10 rushing touchdowns, 750 rushing yards. If he throws for 28 touchdowns, 26 touchdowns, and the Eagles win the fuck. Look, come on. We got it right.
I just want you to be solo mode so everyone knows you're dead ass.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hurts MVP. All right, it's not working.
I saw it. MVP. I saw it, though. I saw it.
Plus
I thought you'd get a lot more than 1,800.
I don't know. That's what I saw. Dude, I got.
Yeah,
my
what?
book
1,800?
That sounds too. I have shitty odds, too. I'm gonna have to like go through a legal sports book to get that in because all my
book sucks. And then I'm taking Parsons plus 900 defensive player of the year. He was right there at the end of it last year, and I don't think Trayvon Diggs is gonna have as good a year this year, so it won't be so split between two teammates. But that's more of just like a shot in the dark, like either him, fucking one of the Watt brothers doing some crazy shit, or Chandler Jones.
Wait, whoever said Trayvon Diggs was good enough to be defensive player of the year? Like,
dude, no, but you know
that's
how
the most overhyped thing of all time.
Yeah, he blows.
Like he's not.
He blows, but he be making plays though.
Yeah, at the end of the game when they're like up by 30 points, he gets his stupid ass garbage time pick 6. Everyone slobs on his knob for it. Like, oh, whoop-de-doo, I could do the same thing.
You probably could do that. I could see that.
Bro, against like the fingers, put me in, and I'm like, I'm right there.
I got one special pick. I already gave. I got to get the line on it, but I do like what's his name from Washington, comeback player of the year,
Chase.
Yeah, Chase Young. But another one. This is a little bit of a hot take, but I could see it coming. Mike McCarthy, first coach fired. I saw a line on it. It was like plus 750. I mean, they start the season Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, call those both L's, and then New York, Washington. Say they split those games. They're all of a sudden they're 1-3, and then they go lose to the Rams and Eagles. Something crazy like that. I mean, McCarthy's out the door. So I kind of like the value on it. There's not many other coaches around the league there's a few, but I think Mike McCarthy plus 750 first coach fired is worth a little shot.
Plus 750. You went to fucking bumfuck and found that one, didn't you?
I went to
Yeah,
my
and
book and they
talk-
have a tab that's just NFL futures, and I clicked it and I just scrolled it for about 30 minutes. So
Yeah,
that's
Sean
what I found.
Payton just waiting in the
Who
wings.
was the most favored to be the first coach fired?
Good question. I have it up somewhere.
Got to
I'll get
be. Actually, I can't even think of anyone right now. All like the dog crap coaches like already got fired. I feel like last year. I feel like it's kind of up in the air.
What?
Tua has a better chance at winning Offensive Player of the Year than Hurts has winning at anything. All right, we'll wrap it up with this. So me and Bobby, obviously Dolphin fans. You're obviously a Birds fan. Dante's kind of our independent. One, who's the better quarterback, and who has the better year this year, Dante?
Jalen Hurts does. Yeah.
That was dumb.
Hey,
We'll set him up for that.
Hold up. I'm gonna read y'all some names. All right, I'm gonna read you the Eagles' schedule. Actually, let's just go down it. I'm gonna set the table for you. Let's do wins and losses. I guarantee we get to 12 wins without you guys being biased.
Okay,
All right,
what I'm doing right now is I'll let you sweep the Giants, even though I'm not going to, because I'm not. You're splitting every division game. That's how I'm starting with you. So you have 4 division wins and you have 4 division losses. You're not like I don't care how bad anyone is. You guys don't clean sweep the division.
All right, like I said, find me 6 losses or whatever it would be. Detroit
All right,
Lions, week 1.
You barely win. So
We beat the fuck out of them.
They beat the crap out of them last year. Everyone was like taking the Lions when they went to.
Yeah, I took the Lions. That was my big lock of the fucking week. I went public. I was like, if you guys want picks, hit me up, $20. That was my big lock, and they lost by 50.
Went tout on him. He caught the L.
Next week you came rubbing the beak.
Yeah, I did. All right, go ahead. Read the schedule.
Week 2, opening first season opener, home opener, Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins comes in.
Oh, that's
Come
a
on.
free win.
Primetime Kirk, that's
That's
a
a free win.
Come on.
That's a free win.
Then-
Kirk Cousins primetime free win.
Then we travel down to probably the nicest stadium in all of the NFL in FedEx Field, and we beat the shit out of Carson Wentz.
You just absolutely shit on Lo-Fi or
No,
what do
he's
they call it?
kidding.
SoFi.
No, FedEx is like notoriously like the worst stadium in the entire world. Like it's
Oh,
worst.
it's a joke. You're talking about the
Yeah.
Commanders. Yeah,
Yeah.
dumb. Wait, is it in Washington?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a bus
Okay,
ride.
that's a
Hour
loss. I'm
bus
putting
ride.
that as a wait. I already
I
put
don't
your
know
division
if
games
the
4 and
Raiders
4.
are
Go
right.
ahead. Keep going.
Jaguars at home.
Jaguars. That's the
Man.
one that gets me every time.
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Doug Peterson coming home party. Come on, he's gonna be so shook. Week 5, travel down to Arizona, beat the shit out of Zach Ertz.
Nah,
No.
that's an L.
That's an
Yeah.
L.
That's
Okay.
probably an L.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys in Hollywood.
I mean,
Brown.
you won't be favored in that game.
I don't even like Hollywood Brown, bro. They're just Arizona's
Who
good.
cares? You're not losing to
All right,
Arizona.
they're
without
just
DeAndre
not free
Hopkins.
wins. Keep going.
No, that's 5-0. I'm counting. Then you're back at home, Sunday Night Football. Come on, Dallas Cowboys. It doesn't get any better than that.
You guys always lose to them at home, though.
I feel like
And then
that's
you beat
always
them in
like a
Dallas.
loss for the Eagles.
All right, who
I've
cares? All right,
spoken
call it
person-
6-1. Week 7 bye. Oh, so 5-1. Week 7 bye. Then we play Kenny Pickett and Mike Tomlin.
That's a win. Can you pick
That's
it?
at
Well,
home.
you're playing Mitch Trubisky. Let's not get disrespectful.
Hey,
And is it in
yeah.
Pittsburgh?
No,
Is it in Pittsburgh?
No, it's at
Yeah,
home.
week 8, I think it'll be Kenny by then. To be honest,
Yeah.
maybe not.
No.
Who knows?
That's
Trubisky
an
might
L.
be decent.
I kind of think Trubisky actually has a decent year with Tomlin, but who
I think he
cares?
does
That's,
as well.
that's an
The
easy
Steelers
win.
are sneaky good every year.
They
Doesn't
haven't had a
matter. They
losing
haven't had
season in
losing
20
season.
years.
They were like
Yeah.
the automatic 9-7 before the schedule reset. Now they're either going to be 10-7 or 9-8. It's like you never know.
Yeah, no, I think that they have just a regular ass year. Then we go down. We beat the shit out of the Texans. We're like 8-1 if you're keeping count at home.
I'm keeping count.
Then we get the
Who was the one
Commanders
loss
Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football at home. Carson Wentz returns to Philly. I doubt he even shows up for that game. So maybe Taylor Heineke. That could be a loss, low key. He's nice. Then we
I
go
think he's
down
better.
to Indianapolis. Matt
L.
Ryan blows. He's never once beaten the Eagles. He might have, but he sucks against the Eagles.
In what, like the 3 games he played against the Eagles
Said he
in?
might.
No, chill. He's played like at least 6 games, and he's from Philly, and he can never fucking win.
Okay.
And then obviously beat the shit out of Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. He's gonna choke.
Obviously, right? Yeah, obviously.
Notorious choker. Then what? Ryan Tannehill, week 13. He's gonna come
Ryan
into
who?
Philly and beat us. Ryan
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Okay.
He's gonna come into Philly and beat us. Derrick Henry will be hurt by then. finally we get the fucking Giants, what we've all been waiting for. Daniel Jones, ass. Dayball probably be decent, but nah, this is not the time for him. So that's a W. I'm at 13-1.
I have you at 10-7.
10 and okay, read me the 7 losses. That's ridiculous.
Okay, your 4 division games: the Arizona
There's only
Cardinals, the
3.
Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Colts.
That's 6 losses.
That's 7.
No, you can't play yourself. There's 4 teams in the division.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so you're right. That's 6.
So what do we got?
right.
11 and
Smokes
6?
fried.
Wait, so then I have you. Okay, so you have to start 3-3. I knew my math was wrong. Okay, so I have you at
Start 3-3.
8.
We're starting 6-0.
I have you 8-7.
Bro, we don't play
So
a real
far.
team until week 5.
I have him at 11-6.
11-6
too.
minimum.
10-7. 10-7 is what I have.
Either way,
on
you're
that.
cashing the over on that, so I'm taking that
And
over.
you're making playoffs.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
anyone can make the playoffs in the NFC, bro. What are we
17
doing
now.
here?
it's
Just
NFC East,
saying.
and
Just saying.
They made the playoffs last year.
You need to have, if you're the Eagles, you need a home playoff game this year, or it's a somewhat failure, depending on how it ends.
Must be nice. I just want to make the playoffs. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. That was a fantastic first episode. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Sunday Night Prayer. We will see you guys. What's today?
Today's Friday.
Friday.
What day should we do this? Do we do it once a week, twice a week?
Dude, you guys interrupted the best. Never mind.
I don't know.
All
All right.
Yeah,
We'll
like
figure that out. We'll see you guys shortly. Peace.